Welcome to the Grail Maiden. My name is Kale Gale's daughter. I am a reader, academic, and specona, a spiritual healer and guide in the Norse Gaelic tradition. This is an additional introduction to my first video, here expanding on the corollary between the symbolism of the Grail Maiden and the divine feminine. While my background includes experience in many different traditions, from the esoteric, the Christian mystical tradition, to the Gnostic and Hermetic, indigenous, and occult, my greatest inspiration has been the medieval and Renaissance periods, as these acted as a nexus among many different traditions, each illuminating some aspect of the divine among varying cultures. While unfortunately the medieval and Renaissance periods, in their trade, wars, crusades, and expansion, in both Christian and Islamic territory, saw Christians, Arabs, Jewish men and women, pagans and indigenous, meeting across Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. In darker moments, humanity in its fear and thirst for power, upon meeting anything new, devolved into war and genocide. But among those who reached more instinctively toward the light, it was the meeting of traditions, the sharing of information, and a coalescing of wisdom that when coming up against challenges would sometimes have to go underground as a means of protection. In some cases, going underground meant the presence of an inquisition, the hunt for heresy, or the thought that countered the orthodoxy of whatever kind, and was shunned, derided, and often eradicated. One common theme among the mystics of all traditions, and in many cases was thought to be the threat, the notion of the divine feminine. In such cases there arose a few acceptable embodiments. In Christianity it became Mother Mary. In some places it was also the reverence for Mary Magdalene. In Jewish tradition it was Shekinah, the feminine aspect of God, found in the Old Testament as the spirit and wisdom of God in the Holy of Holies, in the Temple of Solomon. Shekinah was also found in Islam, associated with Muhammad and his family. In pagan tradition, she was nature herself, embodied in different races of beings, elementals and goddesses. In indigenous traditions, in addition to embodying varying aspects of nature, she also appeared as divine figures teaching humanity how best to live with nature's wisdom. In every case, she was a beacon, a fount of wisdom, a feminine reminder of the eternal. Whether male or female, the divine feminine and the divine masculine reside within, the yin and the yang, meeting in divine union or divine marriage, also known as the Hieros Gamos. There's this more poignant, especially in the Western tradition, than in the medieval Grail romances. The Western notions of individualism and one's ties to the community, what one expects and or hopes from the other, is nowhere more prominent. The individual in Jungian terms goes through individuation, self-actualization that is beyond self-absorption. Its fullest expression is in finding him or herself of benefit to the community by what he or she has learned, including as an illumined being who has been through the wasteland. This is always a matter of balance, a balance of masculine and feminine, microcosm and macrocosm, worlds, systems, realities, the universe itself, rotating, connected by our own soul in the immensity of a larger universe. To lose that balance or that connection means that we indeed lose ourselves. With the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, the microcosm and macrocosm each reflect one another, as we can see in nature, the divine, and ourselves. In the Grail tradition, the seeker is also a warrior and creator. Male and female must come into balance. The male warrior, active, must meet his feminine, receptive. The man with the sword will meet the woman with the chalice. This was meant to be as true biologically in life as it has always been true metaphorically, in various myths and throughout time immemorial. Regardless of spirituality, With openness one may find grace, in whatever form one most needs it. The door will always be open, and one will always be able to see and experience what lies beyond the threshold. As time goes on, I will get into more specific nuances, different traditions, readings, commentary, and ideas. In each case, it is with the warmest hope that we will find such balance, that we will continue to receive divine wisdom, again for the benefit of us all. In the meantime, for further information, to book research or readings, or for further resources, please see www.grailmaiden.org. With sincere thanks, continued light and wisdom, and many blessings. Until the next article and video, this is Kay Gale's daughter for the Grail Maiden.